So, welcome back folks, and this series in the video we're going to try and obviously keep you up to date what happens over the winter months, or autumn / winter months here at the loft. We are currently, what is it, 4 days from our last race, which was Castletown there, so the work just doesn't stop. So currently we have a bit of rubble down here. This actually used to be Dad's garden patch, obviously, you know, with his health and whatnot. It has went to flop. We are currently digging it out, getting rid of all the roots and whatnot, and we're looking at changing the front of this. So stay tuned, and we'll show you what's going on. Bit of our next project is what we're working on. We currently clearing out the founds here. What's going to go here is basically a new apiary. We have obviously stock hens over here, and we are going to basically winter them in an apiary. So with the amount of guff, as you can tell, it's wild the amount of rubbish and weeds and what gather up when you are not on the ball with it. So as you can see, thankfully in September we're getting this weather that I can get on with it. But yeah, we're basically going to put an apiary here. I'm going to obviously try and take you through step by step how we build it. We have the outlay up there. We were lucky enough last year, a guy was selling one, so we were lucky enough to pick it up. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, look, in pigeons it's never a done day. You are always having to do something. So we're going to try and take you along this year in the journey of it. Obviously with, you know, the molt and breeding, we will take you through, you know, what we're doing and how we're doing it. Obviously with filming, you know, you're trying to get it in some sort of story as such, so you're not like chopping and changing from one thing to another. So I'm not sure if I'll bring these out just in single episodes, or we'll just merge it into one big sort of video as such. So that's the plan, that's where we're at, and my bag's broke. So basically at the minute what we're doing is cutting out the frame for the floor. We're currently using 4x2 for the frame, and the boss man sorting it out. Give you a bit of height. See if we flag that over to you and put this bit down on the ground. So this is how far we've got. We basically made the base of the floor, semi-screwed it together, so I have to just see what way we're going to obviously put the floor in. Obviously it's going to be wired, and then with the door we might have to cut the door to get actually up into it, but in a minute that's all we've done. Here we are, slowly but surely getting there with the Avery. Obviously from what probably you last seen was just doing the base of the Avery. The roof is made basically out of 3-inch, just the framing, and what we have done is replaced the old tin that was originally on it, this stuff here. Took it off. We had 14 feet sheets of that galvanized tin. We actually thought it was 16 foot, which would have covered obviously right down, but didn't. And then we found a piece of perspex around the back of the loft that we've now decided to basically put in. Just obviously let more light in. This is only really wouldn't say a holding Avery, it's just basically to get all the stock hens out of that section, so we can sort out the cocks from sorting out boxes. We have new boxes in work for the middle section. We are actually going to reduce cocks in there, so there's new boxes to go in there, but basically it's to get all the hens out of the way so we can then sort out the cocks, get them boxes, and go from there really. Obviously then it will just be used for any overstock stuff that we can just set aside if we need to. So yeah, that's currently it. But yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. So that's us, folks. The aviary, thank God, is finished. Like most things, when you're trying to build stuff and fit stuff together, it certainly becomes an absolute pain in the arse, but hopefully, I mean, anything with, you know how we are with aviaries, we find them big benefits for the pigeons and the overall health of them. So this was just clearly to put all the stock hens into, just for a couple of weeks until now I can get into the section and completely gut it out. Obviously overbreeding period and rearing youngsters, it takes a fair bit of hammering in terms of dirt and whatnot, so it's going to get an entire pull out, everything washed down, disinfected, new flooring, new bedding in, so we move on to that. But yeah, that's it. So hens out, these are all the stock hens. I think I'm going to have to possibly find a way to catch them, just with the way the design is. It's quite hard to move about in the place. We did obviously lift the floor up off the ground just so nothing can get in and you know, pull a feet or anything if they're on the floor. So, and plus it helps with obviously droppings going through. And one job down on the list, 600 odd to do next. So something to be mindful of this year is basically the safety side of things when it comes to cleaning out a loft that is contaminated as much as this. I was very lucky this year to be gifted this masking system by our good friend Davey Hamilton, so thanks very much. But something to be sure about when we're younger, we tend not to think about too much of health. There is the aspects of dust and pigeon bloom to be very, very mindful of. So please, when it comes to looking after yourself and cleaning out lofts like this, to wear a mask and obviously try and have a bit more longevity in your lungs. Right folks, so that's the first step out of the way. We literally cut the place, take all the deep litter out. I tell you, the amount of dust that gathers in a shed is absolutely incredible. But yeah, take everything out, scrape it all down. What I did do is use the air blower in around the taps, blow all the dust out of it, and then just through a basic quick hoover just on the floor. So we're going to move on to the next step. To be honest with you, this is probably OTT, but it's just the way we do it, guys. So we're going to move on to the next step, which basically I just burn the whole shed. If this is something you're going to do, again, be careful, because it is quite easy to light the shed up, and that's the last thing you want. So yeah, we're going to crack on with that now.
Did you get them all?
Hope so.
Your lunches there, son.
Alright. So that's literally the shed burnt out. Again, that's just mostly to get rid of all the cobwebs, all the feathers that have stuck over, especially underneath these boxes. Cobwebs gather, feathers gather along the top. It's just important. We find burning is probably the best method in terms of disinfecting the loft. We are going to go and move on to our next step, which is lunch. So we'll get a bit of lunch and we'll get back to this. So lunch done, fed and watered, and we're all good to go here. So after you have done the scraping out, the cleaning out, the blow torching, our next thing is to use a disinfectant. Our choice of disinfectant is Unforantunally. Probably used worldwide when it comes to disinfectants, and would be our go-to for, you know, using disinfectants. I'm not sure if anything sort of comes close to this when you're talking about killing viruses and bacteria and whatnot, but this would be our choice. What I use it in, you have seen in previous videos. We've used it in a fogger, or just get yourself a 5 litre pump activation sprayer, and basically it's usually, I think, always the thing with these, I think I break every one. That's it. So this is the disinfectant. It's a lovely pink, and the smell is actually quite pleasant. So we use this, and a bit of a tip really, what we tend to do is we spray the whole loft, but when you're spraying the boxes and the floor, normally there's like a grime that can't be lifted by hoovering or scraping and anything like that. So if you coat this on the floor and spray it and let it sit for an hour, normally when you scrape it again, you'll take that layer off of like grime as such. So this is normally, the scoop is 10 mil. So normally we do 10 mil to a litre, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. And then you just want to put your hand over it, give it a good shake. What I also tend to do is get a bucket, and that's right, give this. We spin round. Just a bucket with a sponge, normally. I'm actually going to take these off. Give the walls just a wipe down. Yeah. I know we've already sprayed disinfectant, but we are just getting rid of the scrum. The thing with obviously this, I mean, it's an absolute tip, where this stock shed has been probably here longer than me, so this year we are looking to get some painting done in here. I think we'll give everything a paint, and that's really it. This will be it done. I'll just give that a bit of a light scrape. Once I get the scrum off it, then we're going to paint it, and whatever floor dressing we tend to use this year, still in two minds of what to try. That'll just be the next step. So that's really it when taking care of the lofts. I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections to do basically the same way. Some of the sections, the only difference will be this middle section, which I am going to show you. We bought new boxes, so they're getting made at the minute. So once they come to put in, we'll give you a shout then. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on here, and we'll catch you in a bit. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of that layer of scrum that normally doesn't come away with just scraping or, you know, just cleaning out or hoovering. So basically what you need to do is to soak that. Once you soak it, then it starts to come up in that brown sort of terrible, like, diarrhea. But yeah, so spray it, leave it to sit for an hour, and then start scraping till your life is content. That's that section done. Just be obviously mindful when it comes. I mean, this is probably a bit of over the top when it comes to cleaning. Personally, I would like to probably rip all the boxes out and, you know, strip them down that way, but they're pretty much screwed in there, and the hassle of taking them all out and the time that we don't have. So but in terms of overall disinfecting the place, that's generally what we do every year. Another thing just to go over is the boxes that you, and the corn bins that you normally store your corn in. Normally every year we would take them out, bit of our Con S in them, just disinfect them. Obviously I can only do so many bins at a time because some has corn in it, you know, for the mold. So I could take you around and show you section by section, but it's pretty much the same process. Nothing really changes in terms of how we do it anyway. Once we get all that done, get all the birds sorted, get all the garden tidied up, yeah, we can relax somewhat. I mean, with pigeons, there's really no day off. I've said it time and time again. It's 365 days a year at this, and you know, to compete, I want to be sitting thinking I've done everything I can for the pigeons, and then it's left to them. So yeah, we have obviously some videos coming up. I am in the hope of doing a couple of love visits, just in the background at some point. Problem is genuinely the pigeons are all in the moult, so no one likes to show the pigeons because they're basically in rags. But yeah, I will maybe do a video on the moult, just to explain to newcomers maybe starting the sport, and just what it's about and what to look out for and to be mindful of. So another wee thing I would like to mention, we have hit 2,000 subscribers. I am pretty much speechless. Never thought the day and an hour of starting these videos that we would get so much interest. From me, and especially my dad, we do appreciate the people that do support us and watch the videos. I say it probably more regularly, and you hear it all the time, but you know, for someone who just simply does things out their back garden with their hobby and something that they love, you know, it's pretty much mental. So again, thank you so much, and be sure to let me know where you're watching from, and leave